You've spent months getting certified and refining your process, but when you post about your offer, you hear nothing but silence. You're doing all the right things, the posts, the emails, maybe even a nice and polished website, but no one is actually buying. Like there is a way to create an offer that feels like an easy yes for your dream clients without using hype or high pressure sales tactics. I spent 3 years helping heart-led coaches move from invisible to fully booked by shifting their focus from what they do to who they actually are. And it comes down to four fundamental shifts that most coaches never make. And the third one is the exact reason your current marketing feels like you're pushing a boulder uphill. Now, the first shift is away from what I call the session package model. Like with this approach, you list out exactly what your clients get: 12 calls, unlimited Voxer access, three PDFs, maybe a bonus masterclass. You focus on all the features and the hours spent because you want to show that you're being generous. You think providing more stuff makes the price tag more justifiable. And this fails because your ideal client doesn't want more on their to-do list. They're already overwhelmed. They're tired and looking for relief. So when you sell them 12 calls, you're actually selling them 12 more appointments they have to find time for. Like they're not buying your time, they're buying a result. That's one of the biggest mistake coaches make is thinking that they're selling coaching. They're not. They're selling relief. So if you sell the process instead of the promise, instead of that relief, you build an offer that looks like work instead of a solution. So here's what to do instead. Sell the bridge. And your offer should be the shortest, cleanest path from their current pain to their desired reality. Right? So you bridge that gap for them. People don't wake up wanting coaching. They wake up wanting the problem gone. You're selling the version of them that exists on the other side of your work together, right? On the other side of that bridge. And to actually do this, stop talking about coaching for a hot minute. Look at your notes. Find the exact words your clients use when they're frustrated. Like if you help people with burnout, don't sell 6 months of stress management. Sell the 10-hour work week transition. Like name the offer based on the outcome. Instead of saying, I help you find yourself, say the career pivot blueprint. Because when the name of the offer is the thing that they're already wishing for, the selling part's halfway done. The second shift is from outside in to inside out. And what I mean by that is that most coaches try to build their offers from the outside in. You look at what the gurus are doing. You see their five, $10,000 high ticket programs and you try to mirror their structure. Use their templates, their sales scripts, and choose a niche because you have someone, one of those gurus, told you it was profitable, even if it doesn't actually light you up or use your natural gifts. Like this fails because eventually your business starts to feel like someone else's, if not from the very beginning. Like people are designed to build businesses differently. If your business model requires you to constantly work against your natural energy, the problem isn't your discipline, it's the design of the business. For example, if you're a projector in human design, but you're trying to sell a high volume, kind of always on coaching container, you'll burn out before you sign your third client. And your potential clients can sense when you're borrowing a strategy that doesn't fit you because it feels forced. And when things feel forced, people don't buy. They don't trust the offer because they can't quite trust that you're the one to lead them. So what to do instead is build from the inside out using your natural design. Your offer should be a direct expression of your unique wisdom and your natural energy levels. It should feel like a relief for you to deliver it, not a chore. And how to actually do this is by looking at your human design, your authority, and your energy type. So if you're a generator, your offer should be built around things that give you that, heck yes, sacral response. If you love deep one-on-one intimacy, don't build a group program just because a webinar told you it's scalable. A scalable business that you hate is just a high-paying cage. So define your delivery method based on where you have the most fun. If you're having fun, your marketing becomes magnetic more than desperate. Now, if you've been trying to squeeze yourself into a business model that never fit you, that's exactly what I help coaches untangle every day. So click the link in the description to book a clarity call with a member of my team. We'll look at you, your business, so that your next step is clear and it actually fits you. Then the third shift I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the one that explains why you can show up every single day and still feel invisible, here it is. The common approach to messaging an offer is being all things to all people. You're afraid that if you get too specific, you'll lose out on potential clients and thus potential money. So you end up using broad terms like transformation, empowerment, or living your best life because you think using a wider net will equal catching more fish. But this fails because vague messaging doesn't create safety for your clients. Recognition does. Like when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. Your dream client is scrolling through a sea of noise, looking for someone who gets them. So if your offer sounds like a Hallmark card, they're going to keep scrolling. They need to feel an emotional thud when they read your words. They need to think, how is she in my head? The move here is to embrace what I call the narrow door. You need to be brave enough to name a specific person with a specific problem. You want the wrong people to scroll past so that the right people finally stop. In order to do this, pick one specific snapshot of their pain. So you think of the client you've loved working with. What was the exact moment they decided they needed help? Was it when they cried in their car before walking into the office? Was it when they realized they couldn't remember the last time they felt genuinely happy? Like use that specific scene in your messaging. So instead of saying, I help with confidence, you say, I help women who are the strong friend finally ask for what they need. Like that specificity creates instant authority. And then the fourth and final shift is the one most coaches skip entirely because they think once the offer is built, the work is done. It's not. And most coaches treat their offer like a static product. You create it once, put it on a sales page, and then wonder why it isn't converting. Like you assume that the offer's fixed and that the problem must be the marketing or maybe your mindset. You keep trying to drive more traffic to a bucket that has this giant hole in the bottom. This approach fails because it ignores the feedback loop. Like an offer that sells is a living thing. It evolves based on the real world objections and desires of the people you talk to. If you're not signing clients, it's rarely the algorithm. It's usually a lack of alignment between the prospect and the solution. So what you do instead is treat every sales conversation, every no as data for the offer. I don't take it personally. Take it back to the drawing board. Like look for the gap between what you're saying and what they're searching for. So after every discovery call where they didn't buy, ask one question. Ask them, outside of the price, what's the one thing that made you feel like this wasn't the perfect fit right now? And then listen, like really listen to the answer. If they say, I'm not sure I have time for this, your offer needs a time efficiency hook. If they say, I've tried something like this before and it didn't work, your offer needs a why is this different component. And then you tweak the offer until the objections disappear before you even get to the pitch. So notice, none of these shifts are about a magic marketing trick. They're about alignment. It's about moving from an offer that explains what you do to an offer that embodies the result you deliver. When your offer is this clear, this specific, this true to your actual design, you stop having to sell so hard. You don't have to push or convince. The right clients see themselves in the promise. And the conversation shifts from, should I buy this to, when can we start? Like the ultimate goal here isn't just an offer that sells, but a business that finally feels like you. So if you're tired of guessing, forcing, and trying to make someone else's formula fit, let's talk. Click the link below to book your strategy session with a member of my team. We'll strip away the guru formulas together and build something that actually feels like you and brings in the clients you were meant to serve.